Welcome to Desktop Yoga. So in this sequence we're going to be looking at stretching through the neck. So whenever we do any sort of neck work, the intention is for you is to be really mindful that you're not overstretching. We're looking for a sensation that feels like it's creating relief, it's not creating pain. So never push into pain. If you have any questions as to whether any of these exercises are good for you, then get in contact with your medical advisor. So let's get started. First of all, tune in, notice how you're feeling. So before we start any practice, there's this invitation to pause. Just notice, how are you feeling? Notice how you're feeling in the mind. Notice how you're feeling in the body. And you may not have an answer, but just in the pausing and turning your attention to how you're feeling is giving you an opportunity to come into a more restful state. So just notice, how are you feeling? Notice where your breath is. Does it feel like it's up in the chest? Or are you actually breathing? Or does it feel like it's down in the upper abdomen or maybe the lower abdomen? So now you know how you feel before we start this practice. From here we're just going to start with a little bit of mobility, but what's important is to come away from the back of the chair. So we don't want to sit back because then we're going to come into a bad position for the neck and shoulders. So we want to come upright, let the spine be self-supporting, allow the shoulder blades to sit back onto the rib cage at the back, not forward and slumped. Sit yourself back and then draw the chin back in towards the throat so that we lengthen through the hind skull. Try not to flare your ribs. Try and keep the rib cage in contact, sort of almost like there's a heaviness to the rib cage. And that's the position that you want to hold. As we go through the exercises, hold on to the bottom of your legs or hold on to the bottom of the chair so that you can stabilize the shoulders in this area. If we let them start moving around, we're not going to get an ideal stretch in the neck. So as we sit here, tune in, get a sense of the body, and then we're going to work with just a mobility of the neck. So you're going to inhale, take your chin over to the left shoulder. And then as you exhale, take it in a half circle all the way around to the right shoulder. And as you inhale, lift up and look over the right shoulder. Then as you exhale, take yourself back. Inhale, come up the top. Then you're going to exhale, take it down. And to the opposite side. And then one more time, bring it back on the exhale. Come up to the center. And then as you exhale, come back to the center. Then once again, you're going to inhale. And as you exhale, turn and look over the left shoulder once again. Holding here, tune into the breath. You're going to take an inhalation. And as you exhale, take your head a little further over that left shoulder if it's available. Stay here. And again, when you breathe in diaphragmatically. And then as you exhale, just see if there's any more movement. Try not to allow the right shoulder to lift up or the rib cage to tilt. Then on your next exhalation, just gently bring your head back to the center. Come into the center, just tune in, notice how you're feeling. And then we're going to go to the opposite side. So we take a breath in. And then as you exhale, turning to the right. So we go to the right. And then you take an in-breath, stabilize through the shoulders and the rib cage, and then you exhale. See if there's any more movement to be had. Then we inhale. And as you exhale once again, see if there's any more movement. And then one more time, inhaling. And exhaling, see if there's any more movement. And then you inhale, come back to the center slowly. As you come back to the center, just do a figure of 8 with the tip of the nose, going one way, take a small figure of 8, and then go back the other way. So we just reset through the neck and the tissue in the neck, and then come back to the center. And then once again, what we're going to do is turn to the left, but this time not all the way over towards the shoulders. So we take a breath in, Then you turn the head at a 45-degree angle, not all the way over towards the shoulder. Take a breath in, stabilize the shoulders down and the rib cage steady. And then on your next exhalation, slowly take your chin down towards the chest. Here, make sure the shoulders are still, the rib cage still, and you're not flaring through the bottom of the rib cage. This might be enough. If there's more to come, then gently squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other and drop them down. And taking a breath in, and as you exhale, drop the chin down a little further towards the chest. See how that feels? And then you're going to slowly take your left hand and place it on the back of the head. Staying here, this might be enough. What you can do is on your inhalation, just press the back of your head into your hand, but don't let your hand move. Stay here, breathe naturally. And then on your exhalation, gently release down a little further if that's available. And we hold here, tune into the breath. Once again, steady your posture. Make sure that your right shoulder is not lifting into the ear. In fact, just squeeze it back slightly and drop it down. And then when we come out of this, you just slide your hand to the forehead and then gently lift yourself up and then bring yourself back to the center. Staying into the center, once again, just tune in. And then we're going to go to the opposite side. So you take a breath in, and as you exhale, taking your chin over towards the right. Keep the shoulder blades moving back and down. And now take another breath in. And as you exhale, just drop the chin down towards the chest. Hold in here, make sure you don't flare the rib cage. Tuning in. We take a breath in. And on your out breath, just lifting that right hand and resting it on the back of the head. We hold here. And on your in breath, just press the head back up into the hand, but don't let the hand move. And then when you're ready on another out breath, whenever it's available, slowly just apply a little bit of pressure and see if that chin can come down a little further. Notice if you collapse in the rib cage or the shoulders start moving around. Keep the jaw relaxed and the eyes soft. And then as you're here, keep a natural rhythm of breath. And then explore squeezing your left shoulder blade back and down. Keep a natural breath. And then when you're ready, bring that hand to the forehead. Gently bring yourself up to the center. And then release back. And once again, just stay in the center. Breathe. And then we're just going to take it down, literally down the center aisle, the central aisle as it's known. So we're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. Holding here, this might be enough for you. Make sure you're holding onto the bottom of the chair or underneath your thighs. Drop the shoulder blades down towards your pelvis, but squeeze them back slightly. So we hold here, tune into the breath. This might be enough for you to feel an opening coming through the back of the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and we stay here. If you wish to take it slightly further, then bring the hands just lightly on the back of the head. So the fingertips are like this, and we just lightly press the back of the head and then try and bring the back of the head up into the hands, but don't let the hands move. Keep a natural rhythm of breath. And then taking a breath in, and on your exhale, seeing if you can just drop that chin down towards the chest and just hang the elbows off the head. Keep the shoulder blades moving back towards each other and down towards the pelvis. Try not to flare the rib cage. Keep working with a natural rhythm of breath. And then to come out, we just place one hand on the forehead, and then you inhale, bring your head back up towards the center. And then we just rest for a moment. Let that tissue settle. And then we're just going to once again do a figure of eight. So with the tip of your nose, just do a couple of figure of eights just to settle any residual tension or feelings and go the opposite way. And then come back to the center and then just gently lift one shoulder up towards the ceiling and then the other shoulder blade up and then the other shoulder blade up. So we just start to work a little bit into the sides of the rib cage. Up, up, up. Great, then come back to the center, bend the arms, and then you're going to inhale, open the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then you're going to exhale, you're going to bring them back in. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing together. Then you're going to inhale, open. And then you're going to exhale and you're going to bring them back in. So I'm going to show you what this looks like from the side. So we're going to inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, open out the chest. And I'm going to ask you to lift the sternum up a little. And then you're going to exhale, bring that in, look down. Then you're going to inhale, lift it up and open. And then you're going to exhale and bring it in. Then slowly drop the hands back down onto the lap. Once again, come through the shoulder lift. So we inhale, lift one shoulder up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then relax. And then just tapping out. So you're just going to tap through the base of the skull. Tap all the way through the base of the skull, the back of the head, top of the head, around through the sides of the head, around the eyes, over the cheeks and the jaw, bottom of the jaw, and tap around the neck, base of the neck especially, all around the tops of the shoulders, across the chest, give yourself a little tap across the chest, and then see if you can just tap the back. Get as far towards the back as you can. Let's give it a little tap, and then the other side. And then just brush it away. Just brush, flick through the back of the head so we clear off any kind of tension, dust around the head and the eyes, around the eyes, through the throat, down through the arms, down through the arms, through the chest, down the sides, down the back, and then come back to sitting and allow your attention to settle down into your sitting bones. Keep your feet flat. Take a slow breath diaphragmatically. A long sigh out. And again, take a breath in. And an exhale. And then you're ready to get back to your work. I hope you enjoyed this little episode of Desktop Yoga. Thanks very much for joining.